So when it comes to manga, there are a few different types and genres and all that kind of stuff. But there's one particular type of manga that I really feel like is underappreciated, and it's actually video game manga. Now, video game manga, you have like some hits or misses. You have like some Legend of Zeldas or Personas. Some are good, some are bad, some are complete adaptations of the video games, and some aren't. Some aren't. So you also have this weird category of manga that's super unique or very expanding upon. For example, Bandai tends to make manga about all their Gundam games, and that manga tends to actually expand upon the actual video game and adds more clarity and some pretty nice details. That stuff tends to be very good. But there's one particular manga that I really want to talk about that is very underappreciated. Like, not enough people talk about this, and it kind of makes me sad. The original Pokemon Adventures manga. So, just to give y'all a rough idea, so Pokemon as a franchise was a fluke. Was a complete fluke. Like, no one expected it to blow up the way it did. No one. And Japan was playing catch up. They released the games. The games ended up being extremely successful. So they had to hurry up and greenlight a manga. They had to hurry up and greenlight a TV show. The TV show was like sort of kind of like the game, but not really. And then the manga was completely different from the game. So by completely different, I mean it follows a very, very similar to like how the cartoon is. It's a very skeletal story structure to it. But besides that, that's it. Like, he follows the traditional path they do in the actual game, where you have to go from like Pallet Town to like Pewter and all that kind of stuff. But outside of that skeletal structure, like, everything's completely different. So the characters in this look like Ash and Gary, but they're named Red and Blue, okay, just like the original games. They have Pokemon showing up in areas that they're not supposed to be in. For example, Red starts off with a Poliwhirl, not Pikachu. So it's like there's a lot of core differences that are so unique and so different. And it's hard to replicate that nowadays, but it's all because they did not have a full clarity of direction of what they wanted to do. And it's really awesome for Pokemon fans, because Pokemon fans ended up getting 3 different stories from the same generation, in a sense. So we got the video game story, we got the anime story, and we got the manga story. And all 3 are different and not connected. So you don't have to worry about Ash running into Red. You don't have to worry about Red running into Ash. Like, none of that. Like, it's not connected. It's all completely different stories. And what's really awesome about this is that this is actually a very serious story. It's like a legit, I would say, kind of adultish, more like teen kind of thing. Because you got stuff like this. Well, Pokemon die. It's so random. And it's really weird seeing the actual way it is. Because nowadays, Pokemon is obviously for kids. Like, obviously. Like, that's what Nintendo was aiming for. Was making sure it was for kids. And this entire sequence, you end up having the TV show, which is almost 100% for kids, unless you take out the guns and all that kind of stuff. And then you have the game, which is definitely for teens, because it's hard for kids to like fully grasp it. So it's at least like pre-teen, early teen kind of thing. And then you got this, which is advertised for all ages. Yeah, there's all ages on the back of this thing. Like, look. Wait, all ages. But it's clearly not. Pokemon die. And it's really interesting to see the dynamic, because the 2 people that made this manga are phenomenal. It's a really good manga, and it's really interesting to see how little stuff they were given to craft this story. Like, we know for a fact, obviously, Red and Blue. We know Blue has to look like Gary, just like in the games, kind of, sort of. And then, like, the basic skeleton. That's it. Just the basic skeleton. And it's just weird because you couldn't replicate this nowadays because it's so easy to get information, and companies are so controlling of their IPs nowadays that I couldn't imagine Nintendo doing this. So it's a really nice thing to find something like this. Give it a read. Give it a read. Let me know how you felt about it. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments if you've read it. And tell me, like, how do you feel about it compared to the cartoon or the video games? Because I love it. Like, I will literally put the game on top, the manga right below it, and the cartoon right below that. Like, obviously the game has to go on top because it just makes more sense to me. But it's a really cool adaptation of the property. So, let me know. Hit like and subscribe and go from there. How do you feel about the Pokemon manga that was meant for kids?